This field is literally controlling every other side hustle that you can pursue today. From content writing, video editing, graphic designing to content creation, this skill controls everything. I am talking about social media management. Hi everyone, my name is Parul Prashar, a tech content creator and a national public speaker. I welcome you all to episode 4 of Upskilling with Parul Prashar, and today's skill is social media management. So, what is social media management? Social media management is the art of managing different social media platforms from YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter to TikTok in some countries. Who is a social media manager? Social media manager is the person who manages all of these things, who is responsible for tons of works and is responsible basically for the growth, for more engagement, and for more marketing and sales of the clients he has. Now, what are the jobs of a social media manager? Well, he or she is responsible for creating content, for editing it, for posting it online, for creating SEO optimized descriptions, captions, hashtag, for creating content calendars, from analyzing the post, from strategizing the future things, from doing a whole lot of implementation stuff in the particular business or for his own clients. And trust me, this field is not that easy as it looks at the first place. And I assure you, by the end of this video, you will get to understand everything you need to know to become a social media manager. Well, I want to share something. To talk about this topic, I had to do a lot of research. I checked every single video on YouTube and I was not satisfied with the content they were providing. If I would think from the perspective of an 18-year-old or someone who is just entering the college, the information was either too huge or very much minimal for someone to get started right as a social media manager. Then I read a whole lot of articles on Medium and Quora, but still I was not able to create and understand the level of knowledge I wanted to. So with a whole lot of research, with so much effort, I am preparing this video, and I assure you every single thing that I share today is going to be beneficial for all of you watching my video. Now, before moving further, I actually want to clear out 4 myths of all of you that you might have before thinking about starting your role as a social media manager. In fact, not just you as college students, but every other person who thinks of getting into this field has these 4 common myths, and these 4 myths I want to clear before you delve right into the roadmap that I'm going to share after that. The first myth: many people think that social media management is about posting content and analyzing the content that is being posted on different platforms. But the truth is not this. If you are a social media manager, you at times have to create content for your business. You have to create graphic designing posters, you have to create marketing campaigns, you have to create the content calendars, and you have to do a whole lot of stuff that people actually neglect. Understand this very clearly, that if a business who is just starting, who does not have the money enough to hire a different strategist, a different person who analyzes, a person who creates reports, a person who creates content for them, a person who edits them, nobody can afford to hire so many people. So when they hire a social media manager, they have this thing very clear in mind that this person should manage everything from zero to advanced. And trust me, you think yourself, if you are going to hire someone as a social media manager, would not you want the same person to do so many things for you? Right? That is why I clear this myth right at the first place, that it is not just about posting content or creating strategies or analyzing. It is about creating content, about editing it, and every other thing that I told you. The second myth I want to clear is the difference between social media management or video editing, content writing, or graphic designing as a skill for an 18-year-old. Understand this completely, that social media management is totally different from all of these skills. Not just in the work you have to do, but also in the way you can earn money through these skills. The first difference is, in video editing, graphic designing stuff, you make money or you get clients by showing your projects. But in social media management, you get clients by showing your real world work, by showing how much clicks you have brought, how much engagement you have increased, how many subscribers you have brought. That has to be real world clients. In graphic designing, we create fake or dummy posters, we create rough edits. But in social media management, you have to show real results that have worked for people in real time. Graphic designing, video editing are things that are based upon skills. You will get your clients based upon your skill, upon the quality of work you can do. Whereas social media management, you get roles based upon your experience, on how many years you have worked as a social media manager or how many clients you have worked with. For graphic designing, even if you're an extreme fresher but your quality of work is higher, they are going to hire you. But for social media management, they're definitely going to prefer a person who has worked with tens of clients, who has brought so many results, who has been working in this field from last 2 to 5 years. This is preferred in this field, and we have to think strategically. The third point, extremely important, and I'm even going to share an example to clarify this. Video editing, graphic designing, or content writing are the things that you can do for fun, for just exploring, the things in which you can even make some mistakes. You might neglect some factors, you might just do a typo in your, that is basically some typing errors in your designs or in your video editing, and that is completely fine. But if I talk about social media management, you cannot do it just for fun. You need to be serious, you need to be mature, you need to be conscious of the work that you have been doing. In social media management, you have to be extremely active and extremely aware of the content that you're producing. Because one grammatical mistake, one thing that can be just a small mistake for you, can ruin the entire business of the clients that you're working with. And I will share an example with you for this. I was reading LinkedIn as I do every day, and I saw one post. That girl had talked about her experience working in a real world project. She told that she had been preparing balance sheet in a particular business and she neglected one to two calculations, thinking that it's fine, I do not need to correct it and go back again and correct the entire thing. Let's give them as it is. This numbers won't matter. Then she submitted the entire profile, she did her entire work, she went back on holidays, she took a break. When she came back to office after 2 days, everything was chaotic. The business had so much loss in the money, the business had downed their own reputation, the business had fallen to a very great level. And even if she would have told, "Oh, I'm sorry, I neglected this one thing," nothing could have been solved. Similarly, social media management is a skill that works on real world projects. If your client has a very good business and you post something wrong about them on social media platforms, if you made a typing mistake, if you at the place of giving 10% off, you by mistake wrote 50% off, the business is going to be ruined. So you need to be serious if you're pursuing social media management. It's not a game. You have to be extremely serious before going into the skill. The third myth I am going to clear today is that many people think that we want fast results, we want to earn money fast, we want to do everything fast, we want to become the next $1 million person or something. Social media management is not your craft if you think like that, because this skill requires a whole lot of time. YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, if you want organic growth, it will take time, and you have to understand this completely. If you're someone who wants immediate results, then please don't pursue social media management. It is not for you. But you need to understand this. I have been doing YouTube from last 1 year. I got my first 50 subscribers in 8 months, and in next 1 month I crossed 500 subscribers. This is what social media is. You have to be patient, you have to keep working every day. When you're not getting views, you have to still work. And if you want quick results, if you want quick money, social media is not for you. You need to give time to your own self. Just like you won't grow quickly on YouTube, similarly, social media management requires experience of years. And so you need to have this experience before you can work with real world clients. And this thing is very important to be understood by you. Number 4 myth is being a social media manager will help you learn things at one time and then you are ready to go for your entire lifetime. You can make strategies, you can tell people, you can instruct them. This is not the truth. Social media management is a skill with which you have to keep on updating yourself. You have to learn new concepts, you have to go with the trends, you have to study a lot, research a lot in this field. You have to understand what's the market at present, what new launches has YouTube been doing, what algorithm changes are there in YouTube and Instagram. Tons of stuff. And if you're not able to cope up with the trends, then you won't be able to reach a good level in the skill of social media management. You need to understand this. You have to keep on studying every single day. If you have 2 years of experience, still you need to do it every single day, learn new things, apply new strategies, and it is completely going to be a journey full of learnings every single day. Now, I'm going to share a 5-step roadmap of how you can become a social media manager. And this is going to be a whole lot of details, so make sure that you take notes and get started finally by the end of this video. Step number 1 is start working on something. Now, what do I mean by this? This means that you need to pick up one way in which you're going to practice your social media management skills. You can pick one platform, you can pick one way in which you are going to push your content online. Now, there are three ways in which you can do this. Number one is reach out to your friends or relatives. Tell your friends that, hey, I'm a social media manager and I can help you grow your social media platforms. I can make you reach to a better growth level and help you reach to a wider audience. Step number two in this way could be creating dummy accounts. Now, what are dummy accounts? You're not showing your face, you're not writing your name on these platforms. These are just random platforms with a particular niche. Like, you can create a channel about motivation, you can create an Instagram account about motivation, and then you can take clips from long podcasts, edit them, and start pushing them on these platforms. Maybe YouTube, maybe Instagram, or any other platform that you think. The third way, which is my personal favorite, is to start creating your own personal brand. Well, what is a personal brand? Personal brand is a brand that talks about yourself. It is about you. Like, I'm talking on YouTube, this is my personal brand. If you're watching me, you're connecting with me. So you need to start talking about yourself. You need to show yourself on social media so that people can relate with you and connect with you. The reason why I tell that this is the best way to do things is because that, number one, this will help you grow your audience. This will tell people that, yeah, this is the person that is existing there in society and we can connect. Number two, which I'm going to cover in detail later, is this way is going to get you a whole lot of clients that you could have never imagined otherwise. I believe this is the best way to get a lot of clients in your field, and you're going to flourish so much in this field. Step number two is, while you are working on something, start learning. You need to learn different strategies. You need to learn different algorithms. You need to learn how to produce content. You need to learn the time at which the content has to be produced. There's so much learning in social media management skill. I told you right in the beginning, this field is not easy. It requires a lot of effort, lot of research, and a lot of hard work right at the first place. So start learning, start experimenting with the platform that you created in step number one. Take that social media platform that you have decided for yourself, a dummy account, your friends, or your own personal brand. Try experimenting with a number of things. In this part, I'm going to share 4 important things that you can put your focus on. The first thing is studying the analytics. You need to learn what analytics matter and what do not. Like, we have watch hours, we have shares, we have likes, comments, the demographic, the age of the people, the comments that people have been making on your videos. There are a whole lot of analytics. We have impressions, we have click-through rate, and tons of things. You need to understand that what analytics matter, for which platform, what each analytic actually mean. A complete detailed study. Like, it should be fixed in your mind that this is, when this thing comes, it means this. You need to be very clear with this. Number two is understand how the trending things work on social media. Like, you must have seen Instagram, we have trending audios, we have trending story templates. You need to understand that if I use this particular thing, how is it going to impact, what better it is going to do, and how do I need to use these things. The third thing is learn about different styles like hooks. How do I need to hook the audience? You must have seen everyone talking that first 3 seconds of Instagram matter the most. That you need to hook the audience in your shorts, you need to track people, you need to keep them watching your content. There's so many things like this. You need to understand how to hook people, what styles people like, what editing updates are coming in market, what other creators are doing, what your competitors are doing. So many things. Number 4 point, which I believe is extremely important, is to master your platform. If you've picked Instagram, understand how it works. This is basically what I'm talking about, the algorithm of these platforms. You must have seen. I'm not sure if you do, but I'll give you an example for this. LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, all of these platforms work in totally different ways. If I talk about YouTube posting content every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, it is not going to make you a good social media creator on YouTube specifically. It is not going to help you get reach to a good audience, and this is going to spoil your YouTube career. But if I talk about Instagram, this is totally different for Instagram. Posting content a number of times a day, posting content regularly, consistently, every day. This helps you reach a better audience on Instagram. If I talk about LinkedIn, what matters is posting content every day, then posting at the same time, posting similar type of contents. If I talk about Twitter, what matters is posting content like after 2 hours, after 3 hours. If you must have seen the Twitter accounts of some good people, like the good writers who have been very active on Twitter, they write after every 1 hour. And this is what has surprised me in recent times. So every other platforms work in a different way. The second example I can give you for this is, you must have seen YouTube. Whenever you open your homepage, you will see a whole lot of new creators with very less number of views, less number of subscribers being pushed to you. And this is what YouTube has been doing with its algorithm. It pushes new creators to a large number of people. And this is what you need to understand. You need to master the understanding of algorithm of these platforms. Because unless you understand how the platform actually works, you cannot help your clients or yourself get at the first place or reach to a very good content creation journey. There's another thing that comes under this. You need to understand in the process of learning cross-platform content creation thing. Well, what is this? You need to understand that if I post something on YouTube, it is short and video. I can post it in the form of reel on Instagram. I can post it in the form of video on LinkedIn as well. But if I post that, 10-hour video on Instagram in the form of reel, I'm wasting my time because this will not help me get pushed to get better audience on Instagram. If I talk about a 1 minute video, for example, the shorts on YouTube, if I post them on Instagram, I will get a very good reach. But if I talk about LinkedIn, I won't get that much audience. Different platforms have different strategies. So if you're creating YouTube video or YouTube short for YouTube, you need to create it to a reel for Instagram. Posts do not work for Instagram. For LinkedIn, you need to make a post out of that and you need to push it to LinkedIn. There's another way that you can create carousels for these things. That is the PDF form of structure of a large amount of information created in the form of PDFs. If you're not sure about what carousels actually are, you can go there on internet and you will find a whole lot of information about this thing. You can post carousels on LinkedIn and Instagram and they're promoted to a very good extent. But if you post them on YouTube, you won't reach a great audience. And this is what cross-platform things are. You're creating content for YouTube, but you understand exactly how to push it to Twitter, how to push it to LinkedIn, how to transform it for Instagram. You need to have that transformative skills of one content into content for all of other platforms. The third step in this part is create your own strategy, your own formula, and your own experience out of your work. This is extremely important. Every other social media strategist that you look at today, all of these people have their own strategies. And this is why clients reach out to them, because they have something unique. They have something of new understanding of new era. If you tell what other people are already talking about, you do not have anything new to share. You need to talk about something that you have interpreted, that you have analyzed. And this is what step 3 is all about. Create your strategies, create your formulas. For this, create a notebook. Start noting down that I posted this reel on Monday at this time and it got this many views. And this reel had this topics covered in it. I used this type of editing style. I used these animations and all this stuff. Then I posted another reel on Wednesday. It got these many views, these many people followed me, it was at this time, this day. Analyze things, create your own formulas, create your own strategies. See what worked for you at the first place and what you can learn from that and make a strategy out of it. You must have seen a lot of people creating the same kinds of hook on Instagram. This is because they have understood that this type of hook worked for the first person and it worked for my first video. Now I can replicate it into a different way into my another video. This is what your strategy is going to be. Start noting the things, start understanding it, start creating your own formula. Another important point that comes under this is to start analyzing other creators. Understand, you have a whole lot of creators on Instagram if I talk about. You have Raj Shamani, you have Vishant Sharma, you have a bunch of other people. Start analyzing that this person created this format of reel, he had this captions, and what made his channel go at a good place. This person used this way, he has been doing these things, his videos are about this stuff, what he has been doing, what outcomes he is getting, why is it different from other people, and what I can learn from it. If I talk about Instagram specifically for this case, you must have seen Instagram, and if you open the accounts of very good content creators, for example, if you open an account of Niharika Chaudhary, she talks about history and other stuff, you will notice a pattern in her videos. Look at the thumbnails of Instagram reels. All of these things are similar kind of images. Color changes, the typography is similar, a whole lot of things are similar, just few changes. And this is the algorithm of Instagram. Instagram exactly works in this way. If you are someone who creates content with consistency even in the content that you are creating, with the thumbnails that you have, Instagram promotes you to a whole lot of people. This is what I'm talking about. Create your own formulas, understand how to do things. You must have seen that bodybuilder who had that one line very famous for him. That one line is what made him reach to a very great audience, because he had that consistency in everything, in all of those videos. If you talk about that person on YouTube, this wouldn't have worked for him. This is how Instagram works, and that is why he has been promoted to that level. I hope you must have understood that how you need to create strategies, how you need to think. You need to understand what people are doing, what value I can take out of it, what my own formula I can do, and you are experimenting with your own personal platform at this place. Try using those strategies in your personal platform that you created in step number 1. Try implementing those things. Like today, I told you about the consistency in the thumbnails of Instagram. Try this thing. See if it works. If it is not, understand why is it not working. Try tweaking that things and understanding that how can I do it in a better way. Step number 4, extremely important, create your portfolio. If you don't know what a portfolio actually is, then I'll give you a brief intro that portfolio is a professional resume for content creators or video editors or graphic designers specifically that talk about your works, your skills, your designs, what things that you have been doing. From the mindset of a social media manager, your portfolio tells exactly who you are, on what platforms you are working, what results you have brought, what formulas you have made. This is what your portfolio is going to be about. When some client reaches out to you telling that, hey, I want to work with you, or I want to see if we can work together, this is the entire resume that you are going to forward to them. And there are 2 ways in which you can create your portfolio as a social media manager. Number 1 is through Canva. Create Canva templates, Canva PDFs, and this is going to be your portfolio. Talk about your strategies, talk about the results you have brought, talk about your personal brand or the dummy accounts that you have been working about, talk about what were the followers on day 1, what are the followers on at day 100 or at present. Create key screenshots. When you are on day 0, take the screenshot. When you reach the final day, take the screenshot. This is going to be a portfolio. You don't have to say, I worked on an account from 10 followers and I made it to reach 10,000 followers. This no one will believe. You have to keep the screenshots of those things every time you are going to talk about something. This is how you will create a portfolio. The second best way to create your portfolio is definitely the extremely professional ways to creating your own website. This, I know, for beginners is not the best way because you do have to spend a lot of money for creating a website, for managing the things. But if you're just a fresher, it's not necessary to spend on your website. Your experience and your work should speak for yourself, and even if you don't have a website, nothing really matters. Now, before you would make a mistake in making your portfolio, I want to clear it right at the first place. When you are making your portfolio, you have to talk about your strategies to a level that you don't write everything about your strategy. You have to give a hint that this is the platform I took from 10 followers to 10,000 followers and I used my ABC strategy. And you can give a brief intro that this strategy works in this way. You have to tell something, but not everything. Because if you tell everything, then why would that person hire you? They would reach out to their team and they could get their work done by themselves. And your strategies, your entire hard work would be ruined. So don't do this mistake. Keep your work and your strategies limited to you, your knowledge inside your head, and share everything that is needed, not everything when it is not required. So understand this, create your portfolio cleverly. Tell things, but not everything. Show them your impact, but still have some things for your own self. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And the last final step is to look out for clients. This is the most important step if you are going to become a successful social media manager, because at the end of the day, you have to work for people to make them reach great level. The first way to get clients is to cold email people and to DM them. Tell them share your portfolio. And don't do this mistake. Many people send cold emails and outreaches talking that, hey, I am a social media manager, I work on these things, I have been doing this thing and I would like to work with you. This is the wrong way to do these things. You think yourself, if someone is writing a mail to me telling that I am a social media manager and I want to work with you, why will I work with that person? I'm not getting any value. I'm not able to understand what that person actually is, what work they have been doing, what results they have brought. I literally don't know anything. And it is very difficult for me to reply back to that email asking for that, hey, can you please share your portfolio? So think at the first place, when you are writing your emails or your outreaches, you have to talk about the fact, hey, I am into this position, this is the work that I have been doing, this is my portfolio, kindly take a look and I would like to collaborate with you and work with you. Why would someone deny in this case? I will just look at your portfolio. I don't have to message you back for asking what you are doing, can you please share your things? Please don't do this mistake. The number two way to get clients is going to freelancing platforms. Now you can go to Fiverr or Upwork. You have your strategies, you have your portfolio, you have your own personal brand. This is going to help you through freelancing platforms because many people will get to you on these platforms. But understand that freelancing platforms are very difficult for beginners to get their initial clients, because if you are a beginner, freelancing platforms won't rank you higher. Those people who are already working from past 5 years or past 4 years have particular rankings, have particular amounts they have been earning on these platforms. And for you as a beginner, it is very difficult to shine on these platforms, and that requires experience. So this might be tough at the first place. The best thing that you can do is step number three that I'm going to share, and it is linked to your personal brand that I told you earlier. You have your own personal brand, you have a successful Instagram account, a successful YouTube page, a successful LinkedIn fan following. And this is your golden chance to get a whole bunch of clients out of your own personal brand. This is going to get you flourished with a number of clients. This is a way in which you don't have to reach people. People will reach out to you directly, talking that I saw your YouTube channel, I saw you have been doing these things, I want to work with you and grow my own things. If you don't believe this, try it yourself. This is the tried, tested, and the best method that you can do to get your clients. Why? See, if a person wants to work with another person or get their services, what they will look for the fact is that if that person has been producing results in the past. One way is through your portfolio, the way in which you have worked for other clients. The other way in which they can think is that this person has a successful YouTube channel of themselves. This person has been doing things for their own self. This person has so much following on LinkedIn, on Instagram or YouTube, and they will be impressed with a whole lot of things that you have been doing for your own self, because they also know that more than a person can work for other people, he or she is going to work for themselves. And if you have a grown YouTube channel, this is your chance to get a lot of clients. That is why creating your personal brand is extremely important. Now, when you were creating your personal brand earlier, you were talking about different things. You were talking about maybe your dummy accounts about fitness and other things, or maybe just like me, you're talking about content, tech, education, or any other niche that you would have chosen. But if you are going to choose social media management as your skill and you want to get clients to personal brand, change your niche. Start creating content about how to become a social media manager, what algorithm Instagram has, how YouTube works, how Instagram works, how to get more reach, more followers, and this is going to attract so many clients that would be really impressed to work with. Start creating content about your strategies. But be careful, as I told you earlier, you have to talk about your strategies, but not everything. Talk about some things, but do not reveal everything. Another way in which you can change your content creation stuff is talk about a day in life videos, a day in life of a social media manager. Another thing that you can do is talk about behind the scenes, that how I work as a social media manager, these platforms I use, how I create strategies, how many hours I work every day. This is going to tell people and make them believe in you that you have been doing a lot of good stuff. And I assure you that this is the best thing you can do for yourself. Now, all the 5 steps are over, and if you have understood them in detail, I assure you that you would have a good understanding of how you can get started. Well, there are 2 additional points that I want to share in this roadmap itself. Number one is be updated with the platforms. Now, if you're working on YouTube, for example, you need to be updated that this is the new algorithm of YouTube, that this is what YouTube is changing in itself. If we talk about shorts, recently YouTube changed how the views of shorts are going to be. Earlier, short views were actually the views, that is the amount of people who actually viewed your short. But now it is the amount of people that have been shown your short. This has been changed. You need to understand what things that these platforms are changing. How is it going to impact the creator economy? You have to analyze and then create your own strategy again. It is completely a looping process. You have to learn, understand, strategize, again learn a new field totally. The second point is be updated with the trends. The first point was about the platforms, but this is about what market is actually going through at present. The best example that I can give you about this is Ghibli art. You must have seen when that Ghibli art was announced, the Instagram just was flourished with a whole lot of Ghibli images. And these are the trends. You need to work with the trends. If you are a social media manager, you have to work ahead of them. You need to understand, yeah, this is going to come in few days. We need to create this thing in advance. You need to understand how to tweak it for your different people. If you have a client who is in tech, company or something. You can talk about how Ghibli art actually works or how ChatGPT and other things are actually creating those art stuff. If you're someone who is about lifestyle or about fashion stuff and you're working with some particular person of that type, you can create Ghibli images out of that. Number three, if you are working with a person who is in finance and other stuff, you can create finance images out of that. You need to mold that particular trend for your own field. This is extremely important for social media managers. If you're not able to keep up with the trends, your clients will not be happy with you, because when a particular thing is trending at present, a lot of people get into these things, and this is the best way for a business to get to wider audience. You think yourself, and definitely you will learn all of these things when you're creating your own personal brand. When you're focusing on creating your personal brand, you will want more followers, more subscribers, and in this way you will understand that if this thing is coming up at present, I need to create videos about that, because you will directly understand that how is it going to impact your follower count or your subscriber count. This is very important. Now the next part is going to be about the tools that you can use as a social media manager. When I was searching about a whole lot of tools, I just found out the tools that work best in today's market, and all of them are paid tools. And if you are a beginner who is getting into this field for the first time, I do not suggest you to go and check out those paid tools, because ultimately you will not learn anything. You can use those tools free for a few days, but then you would be dependent. So better try to manage those things without being dependent on these tools. So there are a lot of tools. If I talk about few paid tools, if you do want to check out about them, they are Hootsuite, Buffer, Later, and other tools. Now basic information about how these tools actually work. Now these social media management tools allow you for a whole lot of things. They create reports for you, they help you analyze your trends, they help you understand how to create content calendars, they help you to understand about the cross platform content stuff. I told you about how you can post that one reel on Instagram and then post about that text on LinkedIn. You want content into different platforms. These things help you make your content journey very easy. They're definitely very helpful in today's market, and in fact very professional people use these platforms. But for extreme beginners who do not want to spend money on these things, I do not suggest you. For you, I do have some free resources that you can use. The first thing is definitely Notion. If you want to understand that how should I create my content calendars, how should I keep myself updated, how should I keep the list of my clients' work, use Notion. Create templates, create bunch of stuff that talks about your calendar, that talks about what work you have to do, when you have to upload it, how you have to do these things. The second thing is, if you're going to create content for your clients, I told you you do have to create content. You can use Canva. You can talk about, you can create thumbnails, you can create the visuals, graphics, and other stuff. The third thing that you can do is, that is extremely important, is to use Grammarly. I told you, no grammatical errors, no silly mistakes in your professional work of social media management. So use Grammarly, check for any typing errors in your thing, and this will make you to good place. Understand this very clearly. Social media management is not about the tools that you're using. It is more about the strategy and the skills that you develop in the process. It is more about the research part, more about the formulas that you create for your own self, that you think that work for other people as well. Don't focus on learning a platform or learning a tool. Focus on learning the skill instead. That will help you become the top 1% in this field. Another alternatives that I have is YouTube analytics. Study YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all other analytics. Understand how they actually work. Then you have some paid platforms for this analytic part, is that TubeBuddy, you have Vivid IQ, that is professional platforms that are being used by content creators to analyze how their works, how their contents have been performing in recent times. Finally, the last part of the video, what is your future as a social media manager? You are not going to be limited to just working with a few clients, to just working with one people or working on your own personal brand. You have to scale, and there are a number of ways in which you can do this. Number one, if you're someone who has decided to actually shift your personal brand from that initial niche into content creation stuff, about the strategies, about the particular platforms, as I told you, then you can choose this part. You can organize your webinars, you can organize your own personal meetings, you can charge money for organizing the meetings or hosting that meetings and explaining people about these things. Basically, you can organize your workshops about this stuff. This is how it is going to help you understand that you can make these things in a better way, and You are going to get a good reputation, and definitely you do earn for organizing all of these things. They're not free. The second best way is, now when you have become a strategist, when you have experience, when you have a lot of things to do, you can write your own book. You can publish your own learnings. You can talk about what you have learned, what has been working. In fact, a whole lot of book can be about how you became a social media manager, right from zero, how you kept on learning, how you kept on experimenting, how you applied things. This is what you can do. The number three way is to start your business. Now, when I talk about business, it means starting an agency. Now, when you're working as a sole person, as one person who is managing clients, you will not be able to work for a whole lot of people. And for that, you need to start your own agency if you want to talk about and if you want to work with a number of people. You can hire people at your place. You're going to manage these things. Someone who's going to manage the analytics, someone who's going to create content, someone who's going to present monthly reports. You can create a team, you can start your agency, and you can work with a number of clients at one time. And this is the best way for you to scale your business. Or the last way, if you're not interested by any of these things, you can choose a simpler path. You can strengthen your own personal brand. You can maybe launch some products for your brand. Like, you must know Tech Burner. He launched his watches and other stuff. You can do something of similar kind. If you do not want to go into starting your agency, writing your book and other stuff, keep working on your personal brand. Create your products that people can buy, that your followers can actually buy. This is how you can excel in your field. You can create your courses, in fact. You must see G2 Coach, who is the Instagram specialist of 2025. He has been putting so much content on Instagram as well, but he has specialized courses. And this is what you can do if you are going into social media management roles. I believe if you are watching video till now, then this is what you need to get started right now to become a social media manager. I have delivered entire knowledge that I have gained from entire research, from entire studying of social media management. If you still have any doubts, or if you believe that you can add some value to this, definitely comment down below. I would appreciate your response. This is all from my side, and I wish you all the good luck to become a successful social media manager at present. I wish you all the best so that you can make a good career out of your life, out of your college journeys. If you want to suggest me a topic for my future videos, do fill the Google form in the description below. All the websites that I have talked about in this video, in fact some important YouTube channels or some important courses, if you want to check them out, go and check the description. I will link everything right there in the description. I hope this video would have helped all of you and you would have learned something new. I wish you all the good luck. Thank you and bye, and let's make the best out of our college journey.